Hello. How you doing, Emily? Okay, very good. I gotta fix my collar here. My internet speed, my broadband speed is not that strong today, so we'll see what happens. We're not going to stop doing these just because broadband is low. Oh boy, I'm having trouble with my collar here. Oh wow. There we go. That's looking a little better. A little chilly today. It's raining a lot. This weekend, it's March, and our state is kind of in a drought right now. And so people is going to help us through our drought problem. So I think it will help us. Hopefully. I'm feeling kind of hungry right now. Ugh. My body's not happy about cutting calories, and it's complaining a little bit. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me okay. But meanwhile, it's been just kind of a cloudy day. Interestingly, I should probably be in Santa Barbara right now, but I'm not. And the reason is because my car I had some car trouble. I need to replace my car, but I just don't have enough money right now. And I was on my way to Santa Barbara to go to the opera, and well, my car overheated, so I wasn't able to go as planned. So right now my car is in the shop. It's in the auto repair shop, and I'm waiting for it to get repaired. Starting to feel better. I had to take the bus from the auto repair shop home because my car's in the shop, right? I wanted to get home somehow. I didn't want to take the taxi or anything. So I took the Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit bus. And so that's pretty nice, pretty convenient. Only costs $1.25, which is pretty reasonable. And I've set aside my $1.25 for the trip back to the auto repair shop. And so we'll get that worked on. You know, I've had problems with my car for a while. This problem of overheating is really like a 6-month-old problem. And I've tried to fix it using various methods. Like I changed all the hoses in the car, and I mean, like all of them, at least those relating to the coolant system, and that didn't fix the problem. Darn it. And then I thought it had to do with my the leakage of coolant had to do with something else. My engine gasket warping. And so I actually used some chemical called Thermoweld on it. I dumped it into my coolant system, and I was hopeful that it would plug any leaks. But so far, if it worked only for a short while. And I thought it did work. But apparently it's not working anymore. That's a drag. So anyway, hopefully I'll get this thing fixed. It's a drag having a car that's always broke. I do need to get another car, but like I said, I really don't have the money to do that. I wish I did. I need to get better at managing money. I've purchased some software lately that will help me do that. It's You Need a Budget, YNAB or YNAB. And I just need to spend time on it, on that software, learning it and its intricacies. You'd think I would be able to put together a pretty darn good budget, but since it's just me spending money, so hopefully that's a step in the right direction, right? Sometimes that's all you can do is just do your best to move in the right direction. I'm kind of chilly. That's why I got this sweater on. I hope it warms up a little bit. I hope the sun comes out. Although I'm sure a lot are quite happy about the fact I'm okay with it raining. It's a nice change. It's been really beautiful. The weather is um, the weather's been like in the low highs in the low 70s. Pretty nice. Typical California weather, typical Lompoc weather in March and February. So I'm glad about that. Let's see. I'm reading a couple cool books. I'm reading this book called Living Apart Together, LAT. This is a new trend among people who have romantic relationships. They're in lat relationships, LAT, living apart together. And essentially, the term describes romantic couples who love each other romantically, but who live in separate homes. And I think this is an awesome idea because a lot of problems crop up in romantic relationships, mostly because, well, partly because you're just living in close. So the question always arises, um, who's going to do the dishes? Who's going to do the laundry? Who's going to clean the toilet? Who's going to make the bed? Those negotiations are problematic. Who's going to take out the trash? Sometimes these duties fall along gender lines, but sometimes it's unclear, and even that may not be the best way to figure out who does what. And so it's a real challenge, and it's a source of a lot of problems in romantic relationships. So if you're not living together in the same home, then you tend not to have these problems. You're responsible. Each person is responsible for their own mess. And also, a living apart together relationship would also not involve like a joint bank account. And, that's a source of a lot of problems too. You know, one partner might have some certain standards for spending money, and another might have other standards. Um, and I know from personal experience that money can be a problem area for romantic relationships. And so I think it's probably a very smart idea to have separate checking accounts. Yeah, definitely. 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 Definitely! Exclamation point. That's a good idea. So I'm intrigued by this new social trend. So we'll see if it gets any traction. I have a feeling that it will. I have a feeling that it might eventually even displace marriage relationships, marriage, the institution. Not that that would be particularly hard to do, but given its traditional emphasis in society, it's significant, right? So I talked to my mom and dad today. I called them on the phone, and I called them each on the phone and asked them how they were doing, and that was nice to touch base. It's been a while since I talked to them, maybe a month or two, maybe 3 months. So it was due for me to contact them. Oddly enough, I tend to call them. Sometimes they call me, though, but more likely it's I calling them. I'm fine with that. I'm okay being the initiator. Sometimes somebody's got to do it. The job's got to fall on somebody. It doesn't bother me very much. It doesn't bother me at all, really. I just need to make time to do it, Maybe put it even in my schedule on my Google Calendar. I'm really liking my smartphone, my Samsung. I've got a nice Samsung here, Galaxy S3. I bought it used. Nice low cost. Thing about it though is the battery drains really fast. I know sometimes I'm out the door in the morning to go to work and the battery's already 50% drained. No. That's in the morning on my way to work and the battery's already 50% drained. Sometimes I like to listen to music in the mornings and with the smartphone so I can carry it around with me throughout the house. I don't have like an indoor music entertainment system that streams via Bluetooth around the house. I don't have anything like that. But I do have a cell phone I can keep in my pocket while I do my morning chores. And that's enough to drain my cell phone battery 50% by the time I walk out the door. Good thing I have a way to charge my cell phone at work, so it's not that problematic. I got a present packed up and ready to go to Emily. I got some balloons and some got neat little things packaged there in a nice wrapper with ribbon. It's a twine ribbon and something else. I've got other presents too. You think, oh, I just got one present. No. I've got a series of presents all lined up. I got at least two other immediate presents that I can send. And I've always got new ideas about what else to send next. Oh, and then I've got to send Emily a St. Patrick's Day card. So I need to go searching for that. I'll need my car to do this kind of. So I hope to get my car out of the shop later this afternoon. I have a lot of facial and gestural type accents. I don't know what to call them, gestures. That's interesting. I wonder where that all stuff. I'm just noticing it here as I'm talking to the camera. It's like Miguel's doing a lot of moving. It's kind of funny. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. And it's not like I'm not like I'm a like broadcasting the news on television. The guy on the news doesn't adjust his collar every few minutes, right? He's got makeup artists who do that, costume designers, right? I am so famous, I do it myself. Makeup and costume. A la Miguel. I gotta remember to look at the camera. Oh, there's my water back in there. That's for a drink from last night. What was it? Oh, cherry soda. Yeah, cherry soda. There's this diet cherry soda that's available, and it's really good. I love it. I have a few cans of it in my cupboard, and I drink it on special occasions because it's so tasty. Otherwise, I drink it all the time. There goes a gallon. There goes another gallon. So I've got to be selective. It's too tasty, you know. Food these days is so yummy. Everywhere you go, like this, it's the pizza with sausage and tomatoes and onions and olives and parmesan, and the list goes on. You know, food these days is just dynamite. You know, this drink I'm talking about has zero calories in it. So not only does it taste great, it has no calories, which is pretty awesome. There's really no reason to stop drinking it. There's no rational reason to stop drinking it other than your belly is full. And even that's not a good enough reason sometimes. You know, these food scientists have come up with ways to produce, and the artificial colors and artificial flavors of these drinks are just so tempting. It's like out of this world. You know, you taste it and it's like, whoa, that's good. I want more. Just looking at this mole I've got here. Huh. I've had it for a long time. Colorless skin color, rather. Similar to this one. I've got a mole here. Mole, a mole. I've had these two moles, I think, nearly my entire life. But there it is. So I got a mole line down the side of my face. Mole, mole, mole. And what's great is that they're all skin tone. So it's texture. You know, it's like Braille. So if I'm ever a friend with a person who can't see, who's blind, they'll say, "Is this Miguel?" "Oh yeah, it's Miguel." Beep beep beep. Oh yeah, Miguel. I don't think I only have any other deformities. I used to have a mole right under my eye. In fact, you can even see it. There, right there, right above my finger. And the doctor, the dermatologist, was good enough to remove it. It was discolored. It was the color purple, and it came right off. He sliced it right off, and it healed up so fast. I couldn't believe it. It's almost totally gone. This mole was kind of an eyesore. It wasn't sore ever, but it was an eyesore for me. I mean, I thought I'd never get rid of it, but it was just this huge honking thing. Well, I would be eating a meal, and coworkers would say, "Oh, you've got some food under your eye." I kid you not. "Miguel, you've got food under your eye." "Oh no, it's just a mole." Great. That's embarrassing. How many people have I grossed out inadvertently? Uh, Hundreds of people. your eyeball? Is that a chickpea? Is that a black bean? Are you crying black beans? No, I'm not crying black beans. Is that a booger? No, no, it's not. It's a black tear. No, no, it was a mole, not a piece of food. I don't pretend to be the neatest eater in the world, but that's going a little too far to have a piece of food under your eye. Ooh, I'm full. I just had a little snackola. So I was talking to my mom about my younger brother Carlo, who had got leukemia, and my mom was reminded about how my brother Carlo would say the word unfun. That's so unfun. It's a neat word in itself, unfun, because there's the UN at the beginning of the F and the beginning of the word, and then the UN at the end, after the F. Un, 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 un. And now that I think about it, that's a pretty cool word. I don't know why unfun is not a word. It should be like unyellow, uncar, unlight. Unfun means not fun. It sounds just like the kind of word a 6-year-old would come up with, right? To undo a lot of words. Why not use un to undo fun? Of course. I'm glad I live in Mission Hills. It's a beautiful place here. I can see the sky right now. The clouds. It's beautiful. I live in a really beautiful place. Not Los Angeles. I don't live in Los Angeles, the concrete jungle that it is. Imagine everywhere you look seeing buildings and traffic and concrete. Gray, gray, gray. I got green. I got plants. I can see lots of plants. So that raises my quality of life, right? One of many things. Ow. So my hands have been falling asleep sometimes. I've got some tingle in my fingers today. And the reason is, at least I posit, that the reason is that sometimes I lay on them when I'm sleeping, right? And I cut off circulation to my hands. I've got my whole body on my hand, right? And it just blood. It stops flowing to my fingers. And so I'm laying there I'm really asleep. And then, you know, my hand begins to complain, right? The nerves become agitated and they began to tingle, and my hand is suffocating. I wake up and my hand, I can't feel my hand. Get that blood rolling. So anyway, yeah, I woke up this morning and my fingers were a little achy. It had some pinprick feeling and some achiness. And I was thinking, oh man, hope this doesn't last long. And it's been this afternoon, and it's hurt. The hurt has died down. So I need to figure out a way to position my hands in where I don't roll over them while I'm sleeping. Where can I set them? I can't put them any place. They're sort of attached to my body. I mean, I'm horizontal, right? So there's only two ways to sleep that don't involve me putting any weight on my arms. That's totally sleeping on my belly, or totally sleep. I'm a side sleeper, man. So that means I'm always sleeping on an arm, right? I've tried sleeping on my back and on my belly, and I just can't fall asleep. Can't do it. So invariably, I'm spending 6 or 7 hours, literally my weight on my arm. I'm surprised I even have hands. I can't. I'm really surprised I have them. These flappy things. I'm surprised because they should have turned black and fallen off by now. I'm serious. I'm such a side sleeper. But I have hands. I still have them, so I guess I should be grateful, right? I have hands, and they work pretty good. Not as good as sometimes I want them to, but they work okay. All 10 fingers are functional. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Test, testing, 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 testing. Okay, yeah, they work. Can't be too sure. Got to test them every little while. Certainly after I've laid on them for 7 hours, yeah, then I need to test them. Because I only got one pair. I only got one set. It's not like I can go to the hospital and pick up another pair. Like, oh yeah, these ones are black and falling off. Can I have another pair of hands, please? It's not like, yeah, sure. We have a spare in the back. It's in the back. We'll get them for you. No. In order for me to get another pair of hands, to lose their own pair of hands. Right? Oh man. Can I borrow your hands for a little while, please? I kind of slept on mine and they fell off. No. I'll pay you $5,000. No? Oh. Well, anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you. And I'll talk to you later, huh? I love you. Bye-bye, Emily.